Hey team, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to this guitar lesson of the outro solo to the Eagles song, I Can't Tell You Why. One of my favourite songs, really good song. And yeah, really good song to break down for phrasing and also tone. The tone on the guitar and this is really good. It's not too bright, but yet it's not so bassy that it gets muddy. So pay attention to that kind of thing. The key of the song is in B minor. We're going to be hanging around in that B minor pentatonic. So cool, let's get going. Alright, so Don Felder, who's the guitarist who plays this and did the guitar solo, he basically starts off with a B minor pentatonic. Most of the song is based around that B minor pentatonic scale, or most of the solo anyway. Remember, this is just the outro, so it's not the first solo that he does, but it is a lot of phrasing that is involved. And this is the way that I play this is more of a combination of the live version from the Hell Freezes Over concert, the Farewell 1 Tour concert as well, which is played by Stuart Smith, and as well as the recording. So I kind of take the general idea of the recording and give it a bit of the live feel as well. Felder plays it slightly a little bit differently when he does do it live. He has a few more fills and licks that he does. But yeah, I just kind of mood all around that B minor pentatonic and get kind of a groove for myself. Another thing that I do that isn't really done on the recording is I just really more likely play the notes straight, where there's a couple of like half bends or half kind of slides into a few other things that I notice, but I just generally just play it straight and just get the core notes all good. So what he does is he starts off by sliding on the A string through to from the 7th fret to the 9th fret. So on the A string, and he's going to walk up the scale, up that minor pentatonic. So it's going to come up to to the 7th fret on the D, 9th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, 9th fret on the G. And then he does like what he does in a lot of songs, he does this pivot move, which is 7th fret on the B and then 7th fret on the G. So that was slide from the 7th to the 9th on the A, 7th fret on the D, 9th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, 9th fret on the G, then do 7th fret on the B, and then pivot back down to the 7th fret on the G. Okay, so then how that goes is like this. To give it a little bit more flavor, you can do little hammer-ons as well, or you can even just slide up into those other notes on the D and the G strings. So you can go like a do that as well. That's also really cool. Cool. Alright. So let's just go through that part just one more time in the way that I played it there. So we're going from the 7th fret, sliding up to the 9th fret, then I'm actually doing a stop there on the 7th fret of the D, and then we're going to do, you can do another slide if you want to, up from the 7th fret of the D, up to the 9th, and then another stop on the 7th fret of the G, then do another slide up from the 7th fret to the 9th on the G, another stop on the 7th fret of the B, and then pivot down to the G. And let that ring with a little bit of vibrato, okay? So let's try that again. what I said, you can hammer on those notes if you really want to. It's all good, it will work. I generally like to hammer on and only slide that first note. So cool. So that's the first little phrase. Now that's the thing about this song, is that there's a lot of phrasing in it, and it's like a conversational piece. So it will ask the question. So that was the question, and it might re-ask that question as well, and then eventually there will be like an alternative line to it. It's a really effective way to do soloing. You hear it a lot in Hotel California as well. So let's just do that. So you go through that twice, that little part. Blup, blup, blup. Blup, blup, blah. That's why the live version has a few more fills, because there's quite a lot of space in there. Okay, so once you do that twice, then you're going to do this little run up. Okay, so we're going to go something like that. So we're going to do the usual run up that we just done. Slide from 7 to 9 on the A, with that little stop on the 7th on the D. Then we're going to bend. Then you do the same thing again, slide from 7 to 9, and then stop on the 7th of the G. So slide 7 to 9 on the D, then stop on the 7th of the G. Then we're going to bend a whole note on the 10th of the B string. You're going to release that bend. So you're going to bend the whole note, release that bend, and then do a stop on the 7th fret of the B. Okay, so we'll do that slowly. Alright, one more time. Slide from 7 to 9 on the B on the A. Little stop on the 7th of the D. And you're going to go 7 to 9, hammer on if you want to, of the D, then stop on the 7th of the G, bend the 10th whole note on the B string, release slowly, and then 7th on that B string. When you're bending that 10th note, you want to try to get that B here on the 12th. That note there, and you release that bend. Okay, so we'll play that right through from that part of it. So that last little bend and stuff is like the answer to the phrase. Okay, so first part's the question. That's the question. Gonna ask that question again. Now we're going to answer it. Cool. Now the next little phrase, we're going to go back down to the 7th fret of the G, and we're going to hammer on to the 9th of the G, then back open to the 7th on the G, 9th on the D, 7th on the G, and then a little quick stop note on that 9th of the G. So we're going. So hammer on 7, 9 on the G, open back up to the 7th on the G, 9th on the D, 7th on the G, then 9th on the G. Okay, so we're going. Okay. Then the next little part is we're going to go back up and we're going to double bend this time on that 10th. So we're going to go. Okay. So our first one is. into that double bend, we're going to do a 7 hammer on to the ninth on the D. Yeah, so 7 hammer on to the ninth on the D, and then 7 hammer on ninth on the G as well, and then go into that double bend of the 10th fret, and you want to get that 12th note, and you bring it down just slightly, and then you take it back up there. So you're going, then release, and then hit that 7th on the B again. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, now with this one, I've heard him play it different ways from different live versions and stuff. Or there's a slightly different way that he plays it from when he did it when the first came about, and another one at live to just kind of how Stuart Smith plays it. But it's just basically staying in that same area around that G, around the G string with the 7th and the 9th fret. And yeah, you want to do like a hammer-on pull-off on the 9th fret from the 7th. From the 7th fret to the 9th fret. On the G. So 7 hammer-on pull-off on the 9th on the G. Then back down to the 9th on the D. End on that 7th fret of the G, really. So you're doing a hammer on pull off, and then you're going to do a 7th on the D, 7th on the G, 9th on the G, and then back to that 7th on the G. Okay. So hammer on pull off, 9th on the D, 7th on the G, 9th on the G, 9th on the G. Cool, okay, let's go through the whole thing that we just learned. Okay, now comes the big bends. We're going to do a little bit of a walk up from the pentatonic, and we're going to do a little bit of an extension part. Now this big bend, you want to get to the minor third, so you want to, because it's in B minor, you want to get to a D note. So we're going 7th on the B, 10th on the B, then 12th on the B. And you want to hit those notes, and they're kind of more staccato played, so kind of doing this. Now I like to do this with my first finger, and then I go to my third finger on the 10th, and then my third finger on the 12th, and that's just to get ready for this big bend, because I'm going to need support from my other fingers. Yeah, and so we're going to go to a minor third. So we want to get this note here, that D note right there, which is the 15th of the 15th fret of the B string. All right. So we're going to go. Okay, so we're going. So that's 7, 10, 12, and then bend to the minor third. So you want that note there when you get that bend. Okay, and we're going to do that, we're going to bend up, and then we're going to do another slow release. Then we're going to go 10, and then we're going to hit the 12 twice after we do the bend. Okay, so we're going to go bend, 10, 12, 12. Bend, 12, 10, 12, 12. Bend, 10, 12, 12. Then we got this big massive bend on the high E, it's not really that massive. We want to get to the F sharp, and we're going to basically do a double bend. Yeah, so we do a bend, and then we do kind of like this double bend up the top of it. And then we're going to pivot down to that 10th fret of the B. Okay, so we're going. Then on that 4th. Okay, cool. Then the next part of this fret of this phase is just basically keep doing those those bends, that minor third bend, and you're going to do this twice, and then on the third one you're kind of going to keep that the intensity and the emotion up there on that note. So we're going to go. And on this third. Okay, so we're going. So we're doing like these doubles with this really slow release. And then we're going to hit that 10th on the B, and we're going to go to the 11th on the G, 10th on the B. Yeah. So sorry. So 10th, then 11th on the B, 10th on the 10th on the B, 11th on the G. Then we're going to go a hammer on 10 to 12 on the B, and then back to the 10th on the B. And you're going to slide off that, so it's going to go. Okay. Cool. So that little phrase again. 7, 10, 12. Cool. And then we're almost at the end. There's only two more sections really. This next part, we're just going to end up going to the 7th on the G string, so the 7th fret, but we're going to slide into it from half a note. Okay. Oh, just before that, on that last little note up here on the 10th as well on the B, get that little slide off, and then come into the next note, which is sliding from the 6th onto the 7th of the G. And you're going to go 9th, 7 on the G, 9 on the D, slide up to the 11th, and then slide back to the 7th of the D. Okay, so we're going sliding from 6 to 7 on G, 9th on the G, 7th on the G, 9th on the D, and then slide to the 11th on the D, and then back to the 7th of the D. Now with this little section here, it basically keeps repeating that, but it ends on different notes. So that's the first question. So this is that phrasing stuff again. So we're going. It's cool. And this note here is the 10th of the B. So it's really an A note. And you do that twice. Stuart Smith on the Farewell Tour 1 in Melbourne, on that last one of that 10th fret on the 10th on the B, He actually does a little hammer on onto the 12th and pulls off. So he's going. Then on the next one. So he's actually going up to that 12th. Okay, go. And now, the final part. This is probably my favourite part of the whole solo, just because it's a nice way to end it, and it's quite a creative little riff, quite a creative little lick. So you're going to slide from the 7th to the 9th, so we're basically like going all the way back to the start on the A. And then you're going to rake your D and your G together on the 7th, and you're going to slide up to the 9th, and you're going to slide back. Okay, so you're going to go slide 7 to 9 on the A, do a little stop with that rake on the 7th of the D and the G, and then you're going to strike it again and slide back and forth to the 9th on that D and G string. Okay, so you do that again, but then you add one more little extra slide. Now I'm not striking that second slide, or that third slide I should say. Cool. You do the first part of that little phrase again, and then you're going to do this little pull off up the top once you enter this phrase. And that little pull off is just on the B string, on the 8th, and you're pulling off from 8 to 7, and then you're hitting the 7th on the G. Okay, so that's that phrase. So this is what the phrase will sound like in its entirety on that little part. And that's basically the whole solo. The whole outro solo. Freezes Over concert, I noticed that he does this little palm mute, like that, in between those notes when he does that last little riff. So he does this. Go. If you do play along with the Hell Freezes Over track, there is one little final part, which is when they wind it down, and all they're doing there is he's playing the 8th fret on the B, 7th fret on the B, 9th fret on the G, and then the 7th fret on the G, which is a D note, which makes sense. It does return home there, which is the major, the relative major, and then once you go through that, basically do a little run. Is that D? Alright, cool. Enjoy that one, and we'll go through the whole thing with the backing track, alright?